Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Героям України тричі!
Слава! Слава!
Above all, careful with the wind, my friends. Today is a very windy day. Today the weather is very friendly because our flags will be seen by everybody. The flags will be flying high in the air. That's right. So the weather is actually helping us. But before we go any further with this rally, my friends, let's start it as we always do with the Ukrainian anthem.
That's not yet.
Слава Україні! Слава нації! Україна! 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 Героям України тричі! Ворогам України тричі! Thank you very much for coming here today, my friends. Once again, the weather is not the best, could be better, but however, at least for the flags, it's a good weather. It's a lovely weather for the flags. My friends, there's always a lot of news coming from Ukraine, and it's very important that we tell people what really is going on. So I would like to invite everybody who's passing by us, and everybody who can hear us right now or later on video, to come to our rallies. We have our rallies here at 10 Downing Street 3 times a week. Once on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, once on Fridays also at 6 o'clock, and on Sundays, as we are here today, at 3 o'clock. Please come and show your support. It's very important that you do, because we must speak about this issue so that people know and so that people can make an informed decision on the war in Ukraine. It was started by Russia, escalated by Russia, and will only be ended by stopping Russia. Stop Russia! Stop the war!
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 Fight the jets for Ukraine!
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 Air defense 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 for Ukraine!
Arms keep peace. That is why to arm Ukraine means to defend Europe from Russian expansion. Not long ago, and we have spoken about this before, Putin has passed an absolutely insane piece of legislation that enables Russia to annex any territories that used to be part of the Soviet Union and of the Russian Empire in the past. Now, for those who don't know, this not only includes many territories in Europe and Asia, but even includes Alaska. Because that's right, long ago, very long ago, Russia sold Alaska to the United States of America. Let's not forget about that. So even for the American isolationists, for the few people who do not support Ukraine in America, they should support Ukraine, because Russia will be coming for you next if Ukraine falls. As the saying goes, my friends, if Russia stops fighting, the war ends. But if Ukraine stops fighting, Ukraine ends. To ask Ukraine to lay down their weapons is to ask a man under attack to commit suicide. It's as simple as that. We must make sure that people understand this. But it is far more than just the demise of Ukraine. It's about the demise of the free world. Russia pushes for this idea of a multipolar world. But what is this idea in reality? A mere excuse so that the Russians can perpetrate whatever genocides they wish on their periphery, on the countries that are their self-proclaimed influence. Of course, the Russians are saying so. Nobody else is saying so. Nobody else wants to be in the sphere of influence of Russia. However, nobody has asked these countries, because the alliance with Russia is not voluntary. It's forced upon the countries that are supposedly the allies. And that is the big difference that must be established between Russia and the West. We've heard many Russophiles and apologists compare Russian military unions with NATO. The two things are incomparable, my friends. NATO is a voluntary organization. Any country that wants to join NATO and that it is allowed to join NATO can join NATO. Russia is different. Any country that Russia can bully into joining an organization with them joins an organization with them. That is the big difference that we must all keep in mind, my friends. And Russia will not stop until their genocidal tendencies are fulfilled. That is why we stand here today, my friends. That is why we are going to continue to speak. That is what our message is. For the world to finally see the writing on the wall, that the Russians are not going to stop in Ukraine, and that Ukraine needs to hold and needs to beat Russia, because that is the only way to finally stop this war. World, wake up!
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 Russia is a terrorist state!
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 Stop Russia, stop the war!
Stop Russia, stop the war!